Here's the brass tacks about what's at stake. You got AI, you got tech oligarchies, and you got your entire life connected to this guy right here. Tracks everything you do, goes along with you everywhere you go, and you have outsourced everything to these tech oligarchs. And with AI, they will know every single thing about you, and they're going to put a number on your head right here, just like the number of the beast. And your entire experience as a human being is going to be based on whether that number is higher and that number is low. That is the system you're sleepwalking into as you complain about paying your car payment and your bills and all your other stuff. That's the system you're sleepwalking into. Do you really want to live in a world where every single thing you say, think, and do is monitored? Do you really want to live in a world where your entire value as a human being is a number that an artificial intelligence agent has stamped on you? Because that's what you have with the legacy financial system. And no one is going to save you.
Blockchain is real. It's been around for quite a while, but now it's becoming more effective, more efficient, because people are finding ways to do it faster and cheaper, permissioned or not permissioned. Smart contracts, I think, will probably be real.
Davos, we know there's the big housing speech. What else can we anticipate?
There's also going to be some look at the new world order that President Trump is creating.
We're going to have tremendous workforce availability. We're also going to have robots helping us. We're going to have a lot of robots helping us because we need it. And because we're going to town, we're building a lot between the AI and the auto plants. So we're going to need robots. We're going to have robots, but that's going to help us.
Robots hold steady hands in the operating room, and drones are redefining the future of war. Innovations of first-generation humanoids, factory automation, and autonomous vehicles have surged from private sector investment. Every one of these advancements is powered by AI. The robots are here. Our future is no longer science fiction.
Maybe crypto is actually built for the machines and we didn't even know it. And AI can easily handle private keys and easily understands transaction hashes and like how all this stuff works. It is money that is built for computers, even before the computers to intelligently handle it were built. So I find that interesting. And, perhaps those of us who were involved in crypto pre-AI were kind of just like getting the ground ready for the AI systems to have a fully developed financial system handed to them, for better or worse.
This could be perhaps the greatest revolution in financial technology since the birth of the internet itself. Many Americans are unaware that behind the scenes, the technical backbone of the financial system is decades out of date, many, many years out of date. You know that. Paul and others are straightening it out, but payments and money transfers are costly and take days or even weeks to clear. Under this bill, the entire ancient system will be eligible for a 21st century upgrade using the state-of-the-art crypto technology.
And as President Trump has directed, we are going to keep the U.S. the dominant reserve currency in the world, and we will use stablecoins to do that.
I think stablecoins could reinforce dollar supremacy, because with stablecoins could end up being one of the largest buyers of U.S. treasuries or T-bills. Mm-hmm. So all of a sudden, if you are using a stablecoin in Nigeria that's backed by the U.S. dollar, you don't actually have to have dollars. It's on your phone. You can transact.
We are going big on digital assets. So Trump administration has made digital assets a priority. I've seen estimates that just over the short term, stablecoins could create $2 trillion of demand for U.S. treasuries and treasury bills. To put that in context, the number is probably about $300 billion right now.
We will take a close look at regulatory impediments to blockchain, stablecoins, and new payment systems.
The Department of Commerce is going to start issuing its statistics on the blockchain, because you are the crypto president, and we are going to put out GDP on the blockchain so people can use the blockchain for data distribution, and then we're going to make that available to the entire government so all of you can do it. We're just ironing out all the details so we can do it.
Together, these world-leading technology giants are announcing the formation of Stargate. So put that name down in your books, because I think you're going to reduce the cost of virtually all goods and services. It'll make the United States a manufacturing superpower and the world capital of artificial intelligence and crypto. But with today's announcement, we take a major step to bring healthcare into the digital age. Instead of filling out the same tedious paperwork at every medical appointment, patients will simply be able to grant their doctors access to their records at the push of a button. Just a button and you're all set, and all the information the doctor needs will be immediately transmitted.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go, but clearly we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
If we could tokenize all our ETFs, all $5.3 trillion of our ETFs, and provide that in a digital wallet, you could seamlessly, without fees, going from a digital currency or a stable coin or whatever that may be in your digital wallet and buy bond or stocks. And I believe that is going to be the future.
I believe we're going to be in the cutting edge of tokenizing bonds and stocks. It's coming. And we have the technology now. The fact that we are now moving forward in tokenization, every bond and stock, is crazy. Yeah. We should be moving towards that frontier. Obviously, there's winners and losers and all that, but we need to be prepared for the tokenization. And it would democratize more finance if we tokenized bonds and stocks.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the NWO book and the Crypto Teacher book. The NWO book shows you how the world really works, and especially in the times that we're in right now, it's definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep. And I give you the truth, nothing but the truth. Yes, the truth hurts, but it sets you free. But because I give you the truth, you hate me. But remember, I'm just a watchman on the wall. And in 2026, it will be the beginning of global mass layoffs and the rise of the machines. Remember, 2026 to 2029, we are going to be on a wild ride. And we have the sheep sleep. They stay distracted on things that don't matter. My people perish from the lack of knowledge because they reject it. And that's because they're willfully ignorant. But they don't have long until reality is going to hit them in the face. And in 2026, we get crypto clarity before the midterms. And starting in 2027, the Hegelian dialectic is back. The divide and conquer, Democrat versus Republican. And they're going to ride it into the fourth industrial revolution. And since we have the genius bill, universal basic income is right around the corner, 2028, 2029. But we got China paying interest on their CBDC while the United States has no interest. And remember, that's a plan that moves in phases. And in the first quarter, I always tell you we're going to get a pullback, but this year, because Japan is on the move, I see a pullback in the first and second quarter. And that's the reason why we got two repo operations. We got the Fed buying treasuries, the front end $40 billion worth until April, plus the Treasury manipulating that long end of the yield curve because no one, and I mean absolutely no one, wants that long-term paper. And yes, finances is boring, but when you understand what's going on, it's the most entertaining thing in the world because it's unbelievable how the sheep fall for it. And that's the reason why they don't teach finances in school. Now we have the Supreme Court is going to let us know the decision on these tariffs. Either way is going to be bad, but one is long-term, one is short-term. If they have to pay the money back, of course, that's short-term. But if tariffs stay on, that's going to be long-term inflation. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And since the Fed is cutting and Japan is raising, we have $8 trillion sitting in these money market accounts, and that money is going to leave and find yield. And in 2027, that's going to trigger a collapse of this legacy market, and Democrats are going to play the blame game on Republicans. And by that time, of course, we'll have Jerome Powell with a rolled off in the sun. They printed 80% of all money in existence in 2 years, destroying the dollar, creating all this inflation, and then also destroying the legacy market, so therefore they can bring in the fourth industrial revolution, where the robots, algorithms, and drones take the economy over, pay each other with crypto, and the sheep go inside the metaverse. And they did all this under Trump and Jerome Powell. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And in order to bring in the machines, of course, they need that black swan, that crisis. And that's the reason why we're hearing the drums get louder. We hear the hacks being done by AI, and of course, you got to watch out for the Birdman. So we're going to see distractions being stepped up, movie after movie, while they move in the machines. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now we have Bitcoin and crypto slightly pulling up after that pull back at 6. And we know that is CME. And speaking of futures, we have Bitcoin options open interest at 74 billion and surpassing futures at 65 billion for the first time, signaling a shift towards structured risk strategies. And because it's time to build, we're definitely going to have a pullback. And we know there was just a few stocks that received all the money as we were pumping. And when it comes to cryptos, even though we know the power of the technology, we know how it's going to reshape the world, the sheep still looks at the stock market. So crypto is going to take a bigger hit than stocks just to keep the sheep asleep. But when the NWO flips the switch on its fourth industrial revolution, we know the NWO stocks and cryptos are going to rise. Like right now, we have all this money coming in, billions and billions of dollars coming into crypto. We see all the building in crypto, but it's not showing up in the price. But we know trillions and trillions of dollars is about to come into this space. It's just, can you be patient? We've seen the Fed pump and dump cryptos and stocks too many times. I've seen the movie too many times. I know how it ends. If you're young, you're in the perfect position. Enjoy, sit back, because it's going to pay off in this fourth industrial revolution. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators. We had yield rates pump on Friday, and we know yield rates are about to pull back this week. Going to go over that later. But again, yield rates, even though they're going to pull back this week, they're going to start creeping right back up. Now we have Japan's 40-year government bond yield surge above 3.8%, the highest level ever in history. And what is big money going to do? That's right, chase yield. And the emerging markets are set for the fourth industrial revolution first. They're 10 years ahead. So big money is going to go to the emerging markets. But remember, this is a plan that moves in phases. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have the dollar pulling back slightly, but still strong. But we have gold and silver hitting all-time highs. So we know what the real value of the dollar is it's the central banks holding the dollar up. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have volume in crypto down. We have Tether and USDC. And we have Tether and BitQuick launch an initiative to promote USDT adoption and blockchain education across Laos. And we know that's all about adoption, but you definitely do not want anyone educating you or your kids. You want to do the education on yourself. That's the reason why knowledge is so important. When you send your kids to school, they're not learning what they need to learn on purpose. They don't teach finances in school for no reason. They don't want you to understand it. And those take the time to find out. They're the ones always successful. It never fails. So take the time out and educate yourself. And that's the reason why this channel is called The Crypto Teacher. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And then, guys, we have the Fed. Repo at $1 billion on Friday. Make sure you pull it on a daily basis during the week. Again, we have two repos occasionally going on. We have the Fed buying the front end, which we're going to be talking about that. We have the Treasury manipulating the long end because they know no one, and I mean absolutely no one, wants that long-term paper. And we know the Fed wants to keep rates higher for longer to destroy this legacy market so Trump can build this fourth industrial revolution, where the robots, algorithms, and drones take the economy over, pay each other with crypto, and the sheep go inside the metaverse. And we have the Fed to deploy $55 billion from tomorrow through February 12th via bond reinvestments and reverse purchases. And $55 billion is not a lot of money over a few weeks, but at the end of the day, it's still going to manipulate markets. It's going to keep us above water until they're ready to pull that rug. And guys, don't forget, we have Davos starting today on Martin Luther King Day, and we know these dates are not picked by any chance. And that's all we've been hearing about is the New World Order or a new global order, and we know what they're talking about. They're talking about this fourth industrial revolution rising, the beast system. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have the Reserve Bank of India is pushing for CBDC interoperability across BRICS, targeting cross-border trade and tourism. And we know central bank digital currencies are definitely coming. And the stable coins that we have in the U.S. are nothing but central bank digital currencies because these stablecoin issuers have to buy U.S. treasuries, which is keeping the Fed in control of the money supply. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have the Bitcoin, Ethereum spot ETFs, BlackRock, Fidelity, and Grayscale. Bitcoin, Ethereum spot ETFs up on Friday at close. XRP and Solana also were up at close. Now we had crypto ETFs recorded net inflows last week and led by 1.42 billion in spot Bitcoin ETFs, the highest since October. And we know that's BlackRock, but then again, BlackRock has been selling. So we've been getting inflows from the beginning of the month to the middle of the month, and then at the end of the month, we've been getting outflows. Now, getting over into a little crypto news. We have over 132 million worth of tokens will be unlocked this week. The largest will be 58 million unlocked by ton on January 22nd. If you own any of these cryptos, just make sure you keep an eye out. We do know they changed the dates. And lastly, we have the New York Stock Exchange is moving towards 24/7 stock trading, powered by an on-chain tokenized exchange. And you will have fractional share trading and will offer immediate settlement via tokenized capital. And we know what's coming for the New York Stock Exchange and the NASDAQ. They've been had this technology. Larry Finger's told us time and time again, but the thing about it is the sheep have no clue. And we know by the time they wake up, the machines will be here. And they'll be headed into the metaverse because we're definitely about to head into the drums of beating, the big distraction. So therefore, they can bring in this fourth industrial revolution. And it is just very sad that people take the time out to watch football games, basketball games, all these distractions on social media, but not worried about reality. And it's okay to have fun, watch sports, but then you also have to step back into reality. And unfortunately, people have been dumbed down so bad that it hurts to see the truth. And you guys know, I give you the truth, nothing but the truth. Yes, the truth hurts, but it sets you free. But because I give you the truth, you hate me. But don't forget, I'm just a watchman on the wall. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows. When it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books. Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.